Hello everybody.
You scared me.
Pop here from the Outdoor Adventure Team. It's been a long time since we had a post. It's June 27th right now.
Kennedy's birthday.
Kennedy, our granddaughter's birthday. Happy birthday, Kennedy. And Glamma and I and the dogs are at Artillery Ridge Campground and horse stables in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The kids were supposed to come, but they had other things to do, so it's just Glam and I and the dogs.
But if Bryce came, he wouldn't have a broken arm.
That's right. We got Bryce one of those motorized scooters, and 2 days ago he was out riding it today and broke his arm, so he's in a cast past his elbow. And what are you gonna do? So much for the All-Star game for Little League for him. But we're waiting on Tommy's Pizza. We called, they deliver to this campground, so after a 3.5 hour drive, why cook? Have them deliver food. Alright, dinner has arrived. We got a medium stromboli, large stromboli, sauce on the side, and they didn't have boneless chicken wings, so we got chicken tenders with mild wing sauce on the side. And
It's Tommy's, so it's good.
yep, every time we ate at Tommy's it was always good, so we're expecting good things.
It's the rain. We gonna keep powering through, or? Good. Really good.
Yeah.
Big thumbs up. Big thumbs up.
Definitely recommend the stromboli. All right, we're chowing down. See ya. I wonder if these are bathhouses, or I don't think it's a gun shop.
No, it might be just like a frontier town type.
Yeah, could be. Oh, cabin 6, cabin 5. Oh, maybe they are cabins?
Yeah.
Huh. Pretty cool. For a nice little walk around the part of the campground. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. It goes back pretty far that way. Maybe tomorrow, if it isn't raining, we'll do a more of a in-depth dog walk, show you guys around more. I know in the listening to our local news today, our meteorologist said with the rain that's happening now and supposed to happen tomorrow and Sunday, be 16 weekends in a row that we had rain. I mean, it wasn't always a washout or anything, but enough to wet the ground and screw up lawn mowing schedules and everything else. But 16 weekends in a row. That's the end of June. Hopefully July and August will not be like that. And here's a little feature at the campground. Got a little mobile escape room. Don't know anybody that went into it, so no idea what it's like. Can't imagine it'd be too difficult being in a little room like that, but you never know. It's starting to rain a little bit harder now, so I think it'll be
Ready?
we take the dogs back and watch some TV in the RV. Good afternoon, everybody. Day 2, Gettysburg. We just tried taking the dogs to the cemetery, but no dogs allowed. So, and now we're gonna do our auto tour. Hopefully that goes better than the cemetery. We just signed up the Gettysburg Heritage Center. We signed up for an auto tour. Well, hopefully it'll work out.
Slavery was essential to their way of life, and that their agricultural industry could not survive without slave labor. They refused to acknowledge
New text message from Glamma.
the morality of the institution. In 1861, tensions reached a fever pitch. When Northerner Abraham Lincoln was elected president, Southern states were terrified he would abolish slavery. 11 of these states left the Union and formed the Confederate States of America. Lincoln, of course, could not allow this secession, not if he wanted the United States to remain united. It ends 3 days later, on July 3rd. We'll explore each of these 3 days in detail as we drive along. Over 170,000 men fight. The Union soldiers follow General George. Key decisions, however, are made by the generals under him. These include Winfield Hancock, John Buford, and Lysander Cutler. General Robert E. Lee leads the Confederates. His key generals include Richard Ewell, Robert Rhodes, James Longstreet, and George Pickett. Now don't worry about remembering all of these names. I'll give you more info on them throughout the tour. Ridge, surveying his troops. Just 2 cavalry brigades, nowhere near enough to fend off the approaching Confederate army. He sets up defensive positions on 3 ridges far ahead, west of Gettysburg. If he can buy time for the rest of his army to arrive, his men might just make it out of this alive. The Confederate vanguard arrives and launches their assault, expecting easy victory. They charge, but Buford's men don't flinch. Their first charge is shattered by a torrent of Union rifle fire. Then the next. In spite of the odds, Buford's men hold the line. But 2 hours later, the attacks are taking their toll. They're running out of bullets and can't hold on much longer. Just then, a trumpet sounds. Union General John Reynolds arrives with backup in the nick of time. A stray Confederate bullet knocks Reynolds from his horse and kills him, but his men charge into the fray regardless. Confederate troops under General James Archer and Joseph Davis don't realize reinforcements have arrived and attack again. Their men are gunned down left and right, forcing another retreat. Thus begins the first of a 3-day-long battle that will take the lives of thousands and shape the course of the nation. We're approaching quite a few monuments. We're driving along McPherson Ridge, where Union forces made their first stand against the Confederate assault. Let's go back to that first day morning. As we heard already, Confederate troops try to encroach, but Buford's cavalry defend with heavy fire. Bodies of Confederate soldiers litter these fields. That's when Union General Reynolds arrives with reinforcements.
I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it looked like they were doing a battlefield reenactment over there.
Park by that statue of a soldier on the right. Then walk back to the bridge overlooking the railroad line. It's still the morning of July 1st. Buford's men have been reinforced by Reynolds and Cutler. Here, 3 regiments of infantrymen under Cutler try to hold their ground. Before the war, Cutler was only a businessman. He had limited military experience. Cutler's men rush to fill the gaps, but they can't cover both sides. With bullets whizzing all around, Cutler calls for a retreat. But one of his 3 regiments doesn't hear the order. Notice that white pillar up ahead? That's the Eternal Light Peace Memorial. Park in the lot here. The memorial commemorates the reunification of the United States. Maine granite forms the base, while Alabama limestone forms the pillar, a symbolic unification of North and South. An eternal flame of peace burns at the top, representing an eternally united nation. In a close battle, sometimes the smallest thing can make a serious difference.
All right, we're on top of the tower. What a view. Hey, this video is going to be tough to edit. I think it's going to be a long one.
A tall spire monument and a handful of smaller memorials. Keep an eye out on the right for the memorial of an armed soldier, rifle pointing skyward and facing away from the road. Pause there.
We just passed it.
There's a dawn. Himself arrives with more soldiers. Union lines finally break. They fall back here to Seminary Ridge. Now get ready to turn right. But there isn't enough time to prepare. Confederate troops charge the ridge while Union lines are still forming. Lines break. In a blur of gunshots, smoke, shouts, and screams, Union forces make a slow retreat through the storm. First, it's the simplest way to slow a charge. If the attackers have to climb a hill as they charge towards you, it's faster and generally give you more time to break their charge with guns and cannon fire. Second, it's much harder to outflank you when you're on a hilltop. After all, you can see the battlefield better and can anticipate attacks long before they arrive. Keep this in mind as the sun sets on the first day of battle.
Picture, working these cannons, seeing thousands of enemy coming your way. Man, oh man.
Forced travel. Lee surveys Cemetery Hill, where the Union soldiers fortify themselves after July 1st. At the monument's base, 6 figures stand ready for Lee's orders. These men represent the artillery, infantry, and cavalry divisions of the Confederate Army. This way, Lee also faces the location of the famous Pickett's Charge, which you'll hear all about when we get to the third and final day of the battle. This statue marks roughly the center of the Confederate battle line. And when you're ready to resume the tour, turn left once again onto West.
Ranger tour going on down there. For those of you who have cable in Pennsylvania, you could see them on PCN TV.
Wounded man is passing his comrade a cartridge box, illustrating Alabama's determination to continue fighting in spite of injuries. This one is a stone pillar topped by a man waving a flag. The flag-bearing monument here is the Confederate Soldiers and Sailors Monument. It depicts a color bearer urging his comrades forward into the fires of battle. Unlike the other monuments here, this one honors all members of the Confederate force. Watch their comrades fall around them and hope the next perfectly placed bullet doesn't have their name on it. Hiram Berdan wasn't just an excellent shot. He was considered the best marksman in the entire country. Rocky ground ahead and on the right is the Devil's Den. I highly recommend parking ahead and walking around here. I have a 30-minute Devil's Den walking tour that unpacks the intense, chaotic struggle which took place among these boulders. Here, Confederate sharpshooters set up positions among the volcanic rocks. From the safety of the rocky cover here, they're able to pick off soldier after soldier on the Union side. Union soldiers tried to rush the position and drive the sharpshooters out, but time and again they fail. Their bodies lie alongside the Confederate soldiers dead and dying in the Valley of Death.
It's a volcanic rock, but is there volcanoes in Pennsylvania?
That is really cool.
Yeah, it is. Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, time to head home. Glamma's getting all the garbage policed up and thrown away. Major's hydrating. Just a little update on yesterday's auto tour. We cut it short. Thunder clouds were coming in and we had the awning out and didn't want to lose another awning to a thunderstorm, so we came home maybe 15 minutes, like we were towards the end of the auto tour, and came home and we ordered blue and gray burgers. I had the hood, General Hood, and Glamma had the Buford, I believe. The Buford. They put the onions on hers and didn't give the horseradish aioli sauce. No, she said hold the onions, but she wants the sauce. But they got that wrong. But they were really good, as usual. That's it. We didn't film because it was just raining. Major gets so scared, right, dude? So yeah, another weekend with rain during it, so that's it. We're just about done. I have to unhook the hose and the electric, and then we should be out of here. But maybe take a 5-minute break, put the table away, and we'll be on our way home. All right, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed, we appreciate it. We lost a bunch of subscribers because we're not posting all that much since the kids are doing their own thing. But what are you gonna do, right? All right, see you next time. Thanks again.